Amanda and Clive Owen's story captivated the public, from their idyllic, rural lifestyle to their seemingly perfect family. Living on Ravenseat Farm, surrounded by rolling hills and a tight-knit family, they seemed to embody the epitome of a dream life. But behind the picturesque facade, a quieter, more complicated reality unfolded. The story of their relationship is one of love, fame, heartache, and eventual rediscovery. Their journey began in 1995, when Amanda, a young woman passionate about rural life, started working as a shepherdess in Wiltshire. There she met Clive, a man rooted in the quiet and solitary rhythms of farm life in Yorkshire. Despite a notable age gap, they shared a love for the countryside and the rugged, honest lifestyle it provided. Over time, their bond grew, and by 2000, they were married. Their shared dream of living a life connected to the land blossomed as they settled into Ravenseat Farm and started a family. Together, they welcomed 9 children into their lives, raising them on the farm amid the challenges and rewards of rural life. Amanda was no stranger to hard work. As a shepherdess, a mother, and later a public figure, she juggled countless responsibilities. Life on the farm was grueling, but it also fueled her love for the land, and her resilience became evident to those who followed her journey. However, Clive remained more private, preferring to stay behind the scenes, grounded in the daily rhythms of farm life. This contrast between the two began to shape the course of their relationship as their lives intertwined with public attention. Amanda's rise to fame began innocently enough. What started as a modest blog about her life as a shepherdess quickly gained traction. Her honest, witty reflections on motherhood, farm life, and the unpredictability of nature struck a chord with readers far beyond the Yorkshire Dales. Her vivid storytelling painted a rich picture of rural living, drawing people into her world with tales of sheepdog trials, unpredictable weather, and the ups and downs of raising children close to nature. By 2011, ITV's The Dales brought cameras to Ravenseat Farm, marking the beginning of Amanda and Clive's life in the public eye. The show offered a glimpse into their world, and viewers were captivated by their authenticity, their genuine love for the land, and their bustling family life. But fame, as it often does, came at a cost. The cameras that had initially brought Amanda and Clive's lifestyle into the homes of millions also began to reveal the cracks forming behind the scenes. The pressures of fame slowly chipped away at their relationship. While Amanda embraced her newfound role in the spotlight with enthusiasm and ambition, Clive remained more reserved, preferring the quiet of farm life. The public's fascination with their family only seemed to highlight the growing differences between them. While the cameras captured moments of warmth and joy, they couldn't capture the emotional toll the constant attention was taking on the couple. Over time, fame became a strain, and the bond that had once seemed unbreakable started to unravel. On top of the emotional strain, Clive was dealing with chronic physical pain. Years of hard labor on the farm had left him with a damaged hip, and by 2019, he underwent surgery. The recovery process was more difficult than anticipated, with complications that slowed his healing. For a man who had spent his life working tirelessly on the farm, being sidelined was devastating. Amanda, ever the caretaker, supported him through this challenging period. But by this time, the emotional distance between them had already deepened. The gap between them grew, and their marriage, once built on shared passion and love, was now strained under the weight of emotional and physical exhaustion. As Amanda's media career flourished, Clive struggled with feelings of resentment and insecurity. In interviews, he admitted that his fear of losing Amanda had led to anger and jealousy, which ultimately pushed her away. Amanda, on the other hand, was overwhelmed by the demands of raising 9 children, managing the farm, and building a public career. She felt increasingly isolated and alone, navigating the complexities of her life while trying to support Clive through his pain and struggles. The emotional burden became too much, and by 2021, whispers of a growing emotional distance and even potential affairs began to surface. Though neither Amanda nor Clive confirmed these rumors, something had undeniably changed in their relationship. In 2022, the couple announced their separation after 22 years of marriage. The decision, while mutual, was painful. For Amanda, it marked the end of a chapter that had been filled with love, challenges, and shared history. But it also marked the beginning of a new era in their relationship, one that would be defined by cooperation and co-parenting rather than romance. In her own words, Amanda described the situation as a nightmare, a reflection of the emotional toll that had built up over the years. Clive, too, admitted to his mistakes, acknowledging that his anger and struggles with alcohol had contributed to the breakdown of their relationship. Despite the heartache, both were committed to maintaining a respectful and supportive relationship for the sake of their children. Interestingly, in the wake of their separation, Amanda continued to play a role in Clive's life, albeit from behind the scenes. In December 2022, she helped produce Beyond the Yorkshire Farm, a new series starring Clive and their son Reuben. While Amanda didn't appear on screen, her presence was felt in the creative direction of the show. The project was a reminder that, although their romantic relationship had ended, their shared commitment to their family remained strong. They had learned to adapt, not as a couple, but as co-parents, collaborators, and friends. In 2024, Clive underwent a second hip replacement surgery. What should have been a routine procedure turned unexpectedly serious when doctors briefly feared for his life. Amanda, understandably shaken, spoke emotionally about the experience, reflecting on how close they had come to losing him. Throughout Clive's recovery, Amanda once again stepped in, supporting him as he grappled with his physical limitations and emotional struggles. She became the emotional anchor for the family, helping to shoulder the burdens of caregiving and household responsibilities. At the same time, the emotional strain Clive had been under was becoming more evident. Reports surfaced of his fatigue and ongoing struggles, both physically and emotionally. Yet despite these challenges, he pushed forward, driven by a desire to continue working and providing for his family. Amanda, meanwhile, continued to grow in her career, expanding her influence across books, radio, and television. However, she never left Clive behind, finding ways to support him as he navigated his struggles. In their latest project, Our Farm Next Door, Amanda and Clive worked together to renovate an abandoned farmhouse they had purchased. While the project was deeply personal, it marked a new chapter for them, not as husband and wife, but as partners in legacy. Amanda led the creative vision for the renovation, while Clive offered his expertise in construction. It was a symbol of how far they had come. Their bond, though no longer defined by romance, had evolved into a quiet partnership built on resilience, shared history, and a love for the land they had worked so hard to preserve. Their journey was not without hardship, but through it all, Amanda and Clive had found a way to continue their lives as partners, even in the absence of romantic love. Their story is a testament to the power of resilience and the strength that can emerge from even the most painful of circumstances. Their legacy, built on years of hard work, family, and devotion, lives on, not just in the memories of their love, but in the farm they nurtured and the family they raised together.